We're live now. I don't know if anybody's watching. Here's hoping. Because you gotta believe I'm in a lot of pain. So if I'm doing this for nothing, that'd suck for me personally. It's not what I want to see. Just waiting for the chat to show up. We're live. Stream health looking good. Does it say anybody's watching? 0. Let's refresh this dashboard. I bet that's not true. I bet it's not true if I refresh. Anybody? Nope, still says 0. I don't think that's right. I think that's the delay. I think you're all watching and making a fool of me. It's okay. Haha, there's some people. Hello, everyone. I'm having quite a week. This is a pleasant surprise. Why is this a pleasant surprise? I do this every week at this time, usually in a lot less pain than I am today. All right, we're up. We're gonna get this going. How's everybody's week going? I hope it's going well. I'm having a bit of a rough one. That don't follow me on Twitter. Uh, I'm having a bit of a bad time of it lately. I have a bulging disc in my back, and the pain was so incredibly bad on Wednesday night that I couldn't stand up. I couldn't sit down. It was just monstrous, and so I had to go to the emergency room. And they gave me some drugs, so I'm feeling a bit better now. But I'm trying not to go crazy on them. Looks like we're off to a bad start, stream health wise. Is it just me or is it lagging? It's not just you. Hold on, I'm going to restart my internet. Sometimes that helps. I'm going to restart my Wi-Fi here. Sometimes that makes all the difference. Ranth. They love the stuff. Thanks, dear Marnie. Absolutely not. Yeah, so they brought me to the emergency room. I have now requisitioned an MRI. Oh man, this fucking... It's lagging a bit, huh? Whew, let me tell you, I am not in the mood for this. You know what? Okay, we're back. We're back. I hope. For now. No, apparently not. Okay, cool. Let me tell you, this is just... this is just the icing on the cake for me this week. Cool. Hey, everybody. Okay. This is cool. This is going real good for me. I'm feeling just at the top of my game right now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is how it goes around here. It goes really badly sometimes, but you know what? That's life. When life gives you lemons, you know what you do? You sell the lemons. You're a farmer. That's what the game's about. So it's good stuff. I think Dropbox was on, and that seemed to have been causing problems. Yeah. We read this. Marnie, you're not getting any of my various grains. You don't deserve them. You don't get them. Yeah, so if I seem like I'm talking slowly, that's probably the drugs. Wait, this isn't Minecraft. That's true. There's no getting one past this guy, Logan Dolce. Lemon grenades. I get it, like in that video game Half-Life. Selling lemons is counter-revolutionary? Don't know about that one. So yeah, there's been a lot of me sleeping. I tried very hard to get a video up for you tomorrow, but it's not happening. I could not like get out of bed. It's been rough, but I'm hoping to have two videos for you next week. So fret not for your old pal Thought Slime. There's going to be plenty of content coming down that pipeline for you, YouTube. Is the game isn't recording, huh? That's now that's going to be a real problem for me. Let's get rid of you. Uh-huh. Let's fix this up. Capture specific window. Is this the one? There we go. Much better. Let's drag that down below me. There we go. Perfect. Guess what? Now you can see the game and all the cool stuff I'm doing. Let's get it a little smaller though. My computer has a weird resolution, so this always fucks it up. There we go. I see nothing but your safe. Well, I see nothing but your face. Well, count your blessings. You know, some people that's all they want to see. For the rest of you, there's Stardew. There we go. Is that a Sailor Moon scarecrow? What of it? Perfectly acceptable scarecrow. She hasn't encountered any crows yet, so she's doing her best. Now it's a party. That's right. There's my cat. I'm gonna pet him. Fill his bowl. Usagi as a gardener. She's not a gardener, she's a scarecrow. Very light duties. Fighting crows by moonlight. Yep. And daylight, because crows are diurnal. Oh hey, I forgot I got this painting that I don't really want. I can see everything now. You tried to cover up, but it's too late. I've seen everything. I've seen it all. Hang this bad boy up. Must be placed on a wall. Pretty sure that is a wall, actually. Okay, well you're going in a chest then. I did everything I could for you. I've been passing the time while dealing with the back pain by learning Spanish. I am not great at learning other languages. I did like 12 years of core French, and let me tell you, did not retain any of it. Real bad at French. I can tell you how to say, can I use the washroom, please? That's the main thing I learned in my years at French. But crows are good IRL, not for farmers. Farmers don't like them because they eat the crops. That's just science right there. So I think our first order of business is going to have to be, let's upgrade this axe because we want the good that good wood. He lives in a rusty trailer. What are you talking about? I live in the dopest trailer imaginable. Look at all the pretty colors. It's got flowers and stuff painted on it. You're just jealous. Hi, Daddy. We're not doing that. No, this isn't that kind of stream. There are no daddies here. Question: why didn't you like the culture novels? I found them boring. I liked the. I like here. Here's what I'll say about the culture novels. They made for really great Wikipedia articles. Loved the Wikipedia articles. Those were a lot of fun to read. Then I was like, I tried to read the books. I tried to read the Player of Games, and I just, I just, I couldn't get into it. The writing was so dry, in a way that like I read some pretty dry books, but I really hate it when people describe characters as chuckling, and it felt like Ian M. Banks describes everyone as chuckling all the time. Thank you, Clint. No daddies, only mom rads. That's right. Is it fall? It is fall. How'd that happen? Yeah, I live on a farm. Are you okay, dude? Jackson Stauffer, radicalized Little Pump. Who's Little Pump? I don't know who Little Pump is. All right, let's root around in the trash. Doesn't look like anyone's around. Nothing. That's a good point. Chuckling is better than chortling. I hadn't considered that. I would take 1,000 chuckles over one chortle, by all means. But I hate both words. Little Pump is a SoundCloud rapper. How would I radicalize such a person? Whoa, cool house. Could use a better paint job, but other than that, it's fine. Mix Slime, do you love your mom? Sure, love everybody's mom. I better get that thing to stop blinking. People get really mad when that starts blinking. Have I considered a guffaw? A guffaw is a very different laugh than a chuckle. A chuckle is like, a chortle is like, and a guffaw is like a really loud laugh that I don't want to do because I'm self-conscious. Where do I stand on snickered? Snickered is fine as long as you don't say it so fast because it can sound like a very naughty word. I'm on a lot of naproxen right now, so my tongue not doing so great. They tell you to take it with food. Doesn't help. Does not help. Let me tell you. I've had some real troubling digestive issues lately. Should I tell my mom that you said you love her? Absolutely. And don't feel the need to clarify who I am or anything about me or your relationship to me. Just say, hey, Mom, thought Slime loves you. And see how she reacts. Is this game worth buying? I like a genre and I've heard a lot about it, but I've never really looked into it before. Oh, and I love your videos. Might as well stay topical to the stream. I think this game is worth buying. It's a very chill game, but your experience with it may vary. It's really going to depend on if you like what you see. Then by all means, pick it up. But if this seems like it would bore you, then it's not going to be for you. I mean, if you like Harvest Moon, then you'll love Stardew Valley. But if you didn't like Harvest Moon, then you probably don't want Stardew Valley in the first place. Thought Slime, I wrote part of the culture Wikipedia page. Well, good job. You should write the books too. I found like the description of the culture is very much what I think a lot of Star Trek fans um, believe the Federation to be, this like anarcho-communist paradise. Uh, but um, I think that the Federation, being like a more imperfect organization, probably makes it a lot easier to tell stories. Um, because you can think of conflicts more easily. Like I think it's very difficult in the culture series to think of conflicts that such a civilization might reasonably have, uh, which is interesting too. Like I'm not one of those people that's like the more conflict in a story the better. I think that's kind of a very limited way to look at storytelling, but I think it does make it like a lot harder to write. And from what I've read, I couldn't get into it, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they're good books. You should play Slime Rancher instead. Seems like more on brand if you ask me. There are slimes in this game, I'll have you know. Uh, and I can't play Slime Rancher because my computer is essentially a calculator. So that's just not going to work. Thought Slime, I told her, and she went, "Oh, okay. This person is referring to their mother and how much I love them." That's fine, you know. I love everybody. I don't need it to get reciprocated. I'm mature enough to handle that. Hey, Stardew heads in the audience. Are these leaves going to be here the whole time? I'm I'm starting to get a little annoyed by the leaves. No book is for everyone. What about a little book called The Da Vinci Code? A famously good book. Have I ever played Terraria? Hell yeah, I love Terraria. I would play Terraria on stream, but I can. The reason I chose Stardew, and this is very self-serving, is that I needed a game that was really chill, so that I could talk and play at the same time. Because I don't know how many of you were around for the Bloodborne stream days, but I had a bit of a hard time playing even the early parts of Bloodborne and talking to the audience. Hell yeah. This is my shit. All right, so you know what happens on rainy days. Beep, bop. You're gone. I'll keep you. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Or you. And you know what else? Moving you over here. You're not really interested in the Da Vinci Code. That surprises me because it's famously a very engaging and good book that didn't just get popular for no reason based on dads reading it at airports. There was a time when I would read like these pulp thrillers when they would get popular. Like I read, actually didn't read the Da Vinci Code, so that's kind of going against my point. But I did read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and that was a disappointment. That is a book with a lot of ideas it is unwilling to follow through on. Mm. You should play Anarcho Skyrim and just make fun of the golden one. Once again, would love to. Cannot handle it on this PC. I can play Skyrim. I don't think I could play Skyrim and stream at the same time. You know what I didn't do is I didn't check what my luck was like today. And I forgot all my torches, which is cool. Which is a very smart thing to do when you go down into the caves. What hit me? What hit me? Show yourself, coward. Oh, a spooky shadow man. I'm not afraid of that. What type of leftist anarchist do you consider yourself to be? A handsome one. Not even on the Switch. I can't. I don't have a Elgato. I can't stream from the Switch. Okay, let's carry on here. Oh, finally. That's all right. Now I'm feeling good. Got some copper over here. We're gonna need lots of copper because we have to upgrade most of our tools. I think the only thing we have upgraded right now is our pick. I want to get to floor 40. I'm told that there is a new sword down there. Couldn't you accidentally kill a slime when swinging at the shadows? I mean, there's risk involved in everything we do in this game, you know? That's life. I can't protect the slimes from themselves, you know? That's... Get. I hate this floor. Hey, thanks for the super chat from Taint Muslix. Thoughts on veganism and is it necessary for true anarchy? I think there are some people, obviously, with dietary restrictions who can't become vegan. A lot of people have iron deficiencies and things like that. A lot of people can't actually process plant matter. And that can make it very difficult for some people to go vegan. And I think we need to be conscious of things like that. That being said, I think obviously if you can, you probably should. If you're able to and it's not too much of an imposition, I think it's definitely the right thing to do. I'm surprised that people always ask me my thoughts on veganism in every stream because I think I've been pretty open about the fact that I myself am a vegan. So obviously I think about it pretty highly because I love myself so much and I think so highly of myself that obviously. Okay, shadows. Veganize and okay, this is a bad situation for your old pal Thought Slime. I just want to get to floor 40. I just want to get to floor 40. Lots of... Oh. Someone said there's lots of omnivorous indigenous anarchists. That's true. That's what I was getting at in my last video when I talked about hunting rights. I kind of anticipated a bit of a pushback on that from some white vegans, but I only saw one comment about it. I think in all things you kind of have to weigh your decisions against like what does the most harm. And I think even if you share my conviction that it's wrong to hurt animals, you have to ask yourself, like, are indigenous people in traditional hunting, like, really doing the most harm? Like, is that really... Because unless you're willing to, take that to its logical conclusion. Like, I like, growing up in Newfoundland, for example, there was a big reaction to the seal hunt from a lot of wealthy people who came and criticized a lot of very poor people for their traditional way of life and made up a ton of horse shit, saying that they were like torturing baby seals, which if you're at all familiar with the seal hunt is like not how that works. That wouldn't be sustainable. And so that has kind of made me kind of understand that, like, if you're going to really try and hold people accountable, then you have to look at the people doing the most harm. And in my view, that's, I'm more so bothered by a company like KFC or Tyson than I am by like all indigenous hunters on Earth, I had no idea this game had combat. Well, I just make it look really easy. All games have combat if you play them right, except Railroad Tycoon. That one only has combat if you play it very wrong. Let's go. Oh, we shouldn't use animals, period. They're not ours to use. Well, that's an easy position for you to take, but you got to keep in mind there are people in this world who will die. And, like, for example, for years, insulin was synthesized, uh, or rather harvested from animals. And, like, I think it's a bit of a stretch to ask people to, like, give up having insulin for our convictions. Like, I just don't think that's realistic. Hey, Normally Disturbed, thank you for the super chat. Love that you do these every Thursday because sometimes I miss it. Keep being awesome. Promoting one of my favorite songs for chat, Disloyal Order of Water Buffaloes by Fallout Boy. I do love disloyalty. Ugh. I don't want to bring Demetrius a melon. Stop with this nonsense. What differentiates left libertarianism from right libertarianism? What doesn't would be the better question. Um, what doesn't differentiate us? We both aren't on TV that much. Um, people get mad at both of us. Why can't I swing my sword? There we go. We're still animals even though we became smart animals. I mean, yeah, I never disputed that. Like, I catch a lot of shit because, like, I feed my cats cat food, and, like, that requires uh, factory farming. Like, I'm not gonna get food for them without relying on that deeply immoral industry. So, unless I'm willing to, like, euthanize my cats, I just have to live with that kind of double standard. It's animal cruelty to deny carnivores meat. Yeah, I know, but it's a measure of, like, which animal cruelty are you more okay with? And in my case, because my cats are basically my family, I'm more okay with the animal cruelty that feeds them than the animal cruelty that makes them go hungry. And that's a calculation that I think people are going to make. I don't think we get to, like, ignore that there is, like, a contradiction there, because I think to do so, um, whoa, hey bud, oh, okay, this isn't great. Betrayed, betrayed by my own kind. Ooh, oh boy, you know, Oof, oof. This, what did I miss? Okay, they didn't take any of my stuff. I love that they charged me 1,000 gold to heal me. Look at my health. I'm at 10. In a vegan and calm future, would you be in favor of genetically engineering cats so that they are no longer obligate carnivores? I don't know, man. That's, I think I think we have bigger problems to worry about until then, to be honest. That's a whole lot. Am I going to need another chest? No, that's my first chest. Okay. Will your cat eat an impossible burger? No, I mean my cats will eat plastic bags for some reason, which is why I have to keep all my plastic bags inside little tubs with lockable tops so they can't get into them. But they're not just gonna eat random shit, thankfully. What if robots kill us 10 minutes after we achieve full communism? It's worth it, to be honest. I'm not worried about robots. Did you know that the word robot originally comes from a word meaning laborer? Robots are comrades. There was some play, I believe it was Czech, could be wrong, but it was the story about mechanical workers, and at the time, robot meant just like a day laborer, and that's where the term robot came from. So, robots are our comrades. Thought Slime, I got this game a week ago because of your stream and it ruined my life. Just kidding, but it kept me up from 9 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., which wasted an entire day that I could have worked on my on your what? What could you have been working on that's more important than your grandfather's ancestral farm? Here's my cat. Hey Morty, what happened to your Rick? What does that mean? Okay, so here's something people have been accusing me of lately. They say that I'm stammering to be like Rick and Morty. That's just my voice. That's just how I talk. It's funny that like people think I'm putting on an act when I'm talking more like how I talk in real life, but when I'm talking from a script or when I'm reading from a script, people are like, that's normal. That's normal. But if I at all like stumble or fumble over my words, people are like, yeah, he's faking this. This is pure fakery. Like I'd never people tell me that I stutter, but I don't feel like I stutter at all. Like I'll sometimes repeat myself or rethink how I'm going to phrase something and but I don't feel like I stutter. I mean if I did, I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I just I don't know. I'm more annoyed by the implication that I'm faking something. I will take this Sailor Neptune. Thank you very much. Oh man. All of these All of these back medications are drying out my throat. I'm going to be drinking a lot more water than normal. Ooh. It's weird because I am not at all like self-conscious about how I speak normally, but I am very self-conscious about the way that I speak from a script because I feel like I'm speaking in a very phony way, and no one ever complains about that. The only thing they complain about is how I sound when I'm actually speaking like I do in real life. There you go. Thoughts, Slime? What is going on with health? Are you okay? I have a bulging disc in my back. Um, and basically, what that means is that shit sucks for me right now. When I on Wednesday, the reason I went to the emergency room, um, I was in a position where I just could not find any way to not be in excruciating pain. Like anyone who's ever had a bulging disc can tell you, like you find little positions that you can stand in or you can sit in, and that is how you like kind of relieve the pain. But nothing was working, and I was googling like positions of comfort. None of them were working. Um, and it was getting so bad that the only way I could feel okay was by like kind of bending over in like an L shape like this. But the muscles in my stomach weren't strong enough to hold that for very long. So it was I would stand like that until the muscles in my stomach started to hurt, and then I would uh, rest by sitting down and being in pain, and then I would get up and I would do it over again, and I'd do that like over and over, and it was getting to a point where like both were starting to hurt so bad that like I wanted to cry, and I tried everything. Like I drew a hot bath, I tried CBD, I tried pot, I tried every anti-inflammatory. I tried all the stretches I could find on the internet. Like nothing was helping. So I was just like, "Fuck this!" Like it's, I just have to go to the emergency room. So that was a hell of a night. They gave me morphine in the hospital. Hey, mind your own business, Sam. This isn't about you, you little skateboard punk. They gave me morphine at the hospital, uh, and then my doctor prescribed me some Tylenol threes, which make me real loopy and make me fall asleep. Haven't taken one in about 10 hours, so proud of myself on that. Have taken some naproxen, so my tummy hurts. Still hurts to stand up, so I'm glad I can do this sitting down. Uh, but unfortunately, it caused me to sleep through most of yesterday and uh, most of today. And I won't have a video up for you tomorrow, which is causing me a great deal of stress, but that's okay. You know, that's life. Can't have a video up all the time. And I will say, I don't think I'm the YouTuber that screwed up the most today. I think, I think that's not me. Mm. Try kratom. It's less crazy than morphine and better dose control. You know, I would if I could get it. I don't know. Is kratom even legal in Canada? Not that I care if it's legal, but like for purposes of buying, it's good to know whether or not I can just buy it over the internet. It sure isn't. Well, there you go. It's legal in the States, isn't it? I know the street fight guys. Oh, you know what? I can get my axe. I know the street fight guys do a lot of kratom. Hey, Thought Slime, take your time off. Rest and rehabilitation of muscles surrounding your inner skeleton. Yeah, I don't know if I'm really rehabilitating anything, to be honest. Uh, Kratom is gray market. That means no. That means no, it isn't legal. I'm gonna get to the. They're gonna be closed. Yep. Cool. Kratom is legal in the United States, but the FDA is cracking down still. Yeah. Kratom is way cheaper to order than buying at a store. It's like way cheaper. Yeah, it's not so much the issue though. The issue is ordering illegal things through the mail. That I don't want to give law enforcement an excuse, shall we say, to look into my life. I don't think we need a gray market. I think we need a black and red market. He's fine. Under a fake name. Yeah, but like, you have to give your credit card. As of October 26th, it was not illegal to market kratom for any use which it was ingested, but could be marketed for other uses such as incense. How out of touch are lawmakers? That's hilarious. What's this? Ooh, my penises are growing. Don't order illegal things under a fake name. That'll just draw attention to it. Yeah, I would say just exercise caution ordering illegal things in general. But yeah, kratom though, they talk about it a lot on Street Fight, and they make it sound pretty incredible, except for its gastrointestinal drawbacks. Are these done? No. Nope. Can't get no fruit from them. Whenever a part of my body is injured, I get paranoid and think that I'll never get better and I'll be in pain for the rest of my life. Are you having similar worries about your spine? Well, I am now. No, it's gonna get better. It. I mean, this is a fairly common issue. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to get surgery, but I'm optimistic that I can avoid that. Um, which is weird because I'm a very, in general, I'm very much a hypochondriac. Um, but for some reason, that doesn't frighten me. I just feel like it's going to be okay. I think because I think I'm more scared of like potential illness than I am whenever I have a real illness. Because dealing with this pain, it's like, well, I know I can live like this. Like it sucks, but I'll survive this. So it doesn't occur to me that like you should probably be real scared. Whereas, like, if I was worried that I had a heart condition or something, I would be freaking out. But I know that I don't because I was recently tested for, well, I did a heart stress test and everything was normal. And I even have a normal blood pressure, which is surprising to me given the fact that I drink 5 or 6 pots of coffee a day and weigh roughly 600 pounds. Kratom is like the children's brand of opiates. It makes you feel less pukey most of the time and less euphoric. I gotta tell you, Tylenol 3s are not making me feel euphoric. They're just making me feel sleepy. Which I'm down with, to be honest. Give me the axe, Clint. Should have brought another tool. It's hard to simulate a society where everyone has full agency when your NPCs can only be programmed to do limited tasks. Well, what about the simulation we're all living in right now? Coffee addicts unite. I have been drinking coffee since I was like 16, and I don't think I've gone a day without it, except for one time when I had the stomach flu in like 10 years. Um, I very much need to have coffee. I can't imagine what my life would be like if I were to quit, which I probably should at some point. But I'm also probably not going to. Can I break this wood? No. Cool. Can I break this wood? Yes. Excellent. Oh. JS, birds are cool. I agree, birds are cool. We were talking shit about crows earlier, but I gotta say, crows are in real life one of my favorite animals. My direct favorite, of course, being bonobos, but crows are a close second. I just think they're really cool. Which it kind of sucks that you don't see a lot of crows in Ontario. I saw one the other day, which was neat. In St. John's, you saw crows all the time, but I very rarely get to see them now. How do I deal with my suicidal tendency? I don't know what you're referring. I don't know what I said that gave you that impression. Uh, I have at times in my life felt suicidal, but I certainly don't feel that way now. And if you do, I would highly encourage you speak to a professional, develop some sort of support network, be open and honest about your feelings. Um, there's hotlines you can call. Um, yeah, I mean it's no joke. I know it can feel like pretty daunting at times, but you know, there's more people who are here for you than you probably think. Not like right here, but like in your personal life. Back when I was at the end of my burnout as a programmer, I used to look out at the window and watch as the hares and crows jumping about in the courtyard as friends. You should have become a simple farmer on your grandfather's farm. BDX. 8DX. What do I need to build the greenhouse? Let's find that out. I would like to have that built before winter comes, as unlikely as that seems. Greenhouse, greenhouse, what you gonna do? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Am I in the wrong place? This is where I want to go. Where am I? Where is Thought Slime? I'm over here. That's not right. Oof. Oofa doofa. Let me tell you. Try to avoid having a bulging disc if you can. Yoo-hoo. That's the house I want to go to, I think. They have a TV antenna. A little strange. Can I look through this telescope? No. That sucks. That's stupid. You should be able to look through the telescope. What a stupid game. Yeah, obviously, that's why I'm here. Construct farm buildings, please. No. Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. We need an iridium bar, though. Okay, well, I can't afford any of this. But you know what I do want is a silo. So we'll come back and get that later. Me do. Me do it. Do it. I don't know how your name is pronounced. Thank you for the super chat. This is for you. Feel better soon. I will do my best. No promises. So we need the silo because that way whenever we cut grass, we're going to get hay, which is important. Later for when we want aminals, like cows and sheeps, etc. So we'll go back tomorrow and get that silo built. What is the name of the game you were playing? It's called Life. No, this is called SlimeDew Valley. It's a farming game based on such things as Harvest Moon. No, I don't want to give them my geode. I want to give them this plum. Beep. Why can't I go to bed? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine. What gameplay feature do you want to have IRL most? Cheats? The only gameplay feature we have in the real world is DLC and loot boxes and microtransactions. You gotta water the dirt sometimes. That's you're pouring one out for the watering gods. Oof. This is a real high energy stream we're having this week. Ugh. Yesterday I went out to the YouTube space in Toronto, which is like YouTube has this studio that you can go if you have over 10,000 subscribers. You can go and use their equipment if you want. But they were having a lecture on getting grants, and I checked that out to see if I could get any grants because I thought that would be hilarious to get the government's money to make videos explaining why they're unnecessary. But really wasn't for channels like this. Get some mushies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hmm. I would like to actually do Stardew Valley in real life. You can. Just be a farmer. Let's see. And I want that too. But I'm educational. Yeah, I don't think, for some reason, the things I educate people about, they don't want people to know. I don't know why that is. I like how I can pretend like I'm a big important person that like they don't want you to know what I'm saying. Like no, they've never heard of me. Nah, you have to inherit a farm, otherwise you have to buy one. Well, you could expropriate one. The YouTube space in New York City is a drag. The one in Toronto was kind of well, let me put it this way. They had good hummus. That was nice. But there was along the wall they had like a row of light bulbs and it was very much like 2015 era vlogger decorations, and it made me wonder like how long have these been here, and one of them was burnt out, and I was just thinking like, yeah, that seems about right. This seems about like the level of support you get. I still don't remember where the Marnie's house is. Not Marnie's house, Robin's house. Is this it? Yeah. So it's up. Hmm. Guerrilla gardening is a thing. You can't grow a gorilla in a garden. No, I don't want a coop. That one, please. Hmm. Let's put you right here. Hmm. How often do I stream? I stream every Thursday. I might start doing it more at some point if people don't get sick of it. Normally, it's a bit more uh, um, energetic. It's I'm having a rough time today. Guerrilla warfare throws bananas at everyone. First of all, gorillas throw barrels at people and they collect bananas. That's just basic biology. Will this mushroom poison me if I eat it? I want to find out. Yes. No, it didn't. Neat. Waste of a mushroom. I was hoping it would do touch fuzzy, get dizzy style shit. What's over here? Nothing. Stream more. Maybe I will. I might also have a. I have a Twitch account. I might start using it for non-Thursdays when I'm just fucking around. See how people respond to that. That's the good mushroom. No other kind, baby. Looking forward to that being a big phallus. Don't take that out of context. It's good for the harder level. What's good for the harder levels? There are no hard levels in Stardew Valley. The whole game is pleasant and fun, except for when you go into the mines and you can't get a good sword because it requires you to hurt slimes, which you would never do. Did I water my cat? I did. Very good. But now I'm tripping? Are you saying that I'm straight tripping, Boo? Good and sunny. Got it. What about my luck? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That does sound good. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not necessary. Don't shame people for what they eat. You might as well wrap your beans in an old wash rag. I don't want to hear about your personal life, Queen of Sauce. I don't want to hear what you do with your beans. There's a ring in later levels so the slimes won't hurt you and you don't have to kill them. I don't have to kill them now. It's just the cowards at the Adventurers Guild won't accept a slime into their ranks without proving that I'm one by killing 10 others. I'm not going to do that. Hello, it's blackberry season right now. The bushes are full of them. I want to pick some, but I lost my basket. Can you help Linus? Linus, I will do anything for you. Ooh, did we have to let these linger? I'm such a fool for these. Sorry, am I getting Cranberry Song stuck in your head? In your head? In your head? Good stuff, good stuff. F, F, F. No, it's fine. Coward is a fun insult. Yeah, it is. You have to kill a bunch of slimes to get the slime charmer ring? Then I will not be receiving said ring. The ring is lost to me forever. And that's just the way it's going to be. Un-F. Good. This is the only way that I know that my stream has gone down is when people start typing F into the chat. What I like about Stardew Valley is that it's either raining all day or sunny all day. Weather is just on a day-by-day basis. You should kiss Linus. I would love to. He hasn't given me permission to yet. What type of gifts does Linus like? Anybody know? I see that Chad is just now seeing my cranberries jokes. That tells me how much of a delay we're on. Slimes don't die by just splashing them apart. They reconstitute later with little problem. Don't don't lie to me, okay? You think I don't know how my own people live and die? Everyone likes diamonds. I don't have any diamonds. What kind of? I'm a simple country farmer. What kind of operation do you think I got running over here? Spice berries. Where do I get spice berries? Robin building my fucking thing yet? Hurry it up, please. Oh yeah, I gotta feed my cat. Where is that cutie pie? Dracula. Did my cat run away? Can it do that? You in the cave, Dracula? No. We haven't even talked about the slime prison. Slimes don't have prisons. Slimes are prison abolitionists. There he is. Guess I can upgrade my scythe. I don't care about the scythe actually. I'm gonna upgrade the hoe. How much? I don't know if that's enough though. You know what? Let's go find out. I will take this plum. Linus likes coconuts, blueberry tart, and cactus fruit. It's okay to hurt slimes. They want your job. Mods? Where are the mods on this? Haha, garbage cookies. This is why you look in the trash wherever you go. People throw out perfectly damp cookies. The slime hut is not a prison. They are happy there. Exactly. Dracula or Dragula, like the Rob Zombie song? Well, I know that he's like Dracula, the king of all vampires, but I don't know whether or not he's like the song. Thank you, Clint. My man? How many did that take? 5. Okay, so we need 5 bars to upgrade a tool. That's locked away now in the old memory. What is this garbage? Oh, cool. A very original troll. Good stuff. Let me just toss this fool. There we go. There we go. Dracula, the original novel, is super anti-Semitic. It's also super anti-feminist. It was written in response to the New Woman. But you know, I don't care so much about the novel. I care about the source material, which is of course Castlevania. Free plums. Free plums everywhere you look. I only read Bunnicula. Hell yes, I loved Bunnicula as a kid. Recently bought and read it as an adult. Took a lot less time. I can tell you that much. I read all of those books as a kid. In fact, my fondest childhood memories are of the Bunnicula Fun Book, which was an activity book full of like riddles and jokes and stickers and puzzles and stuff. And I also rebought that off of Amazon, so now I own a copy of that, and it rules. When I need like that sense of childhood wonder, I dip back into the Bunnicula Fun book. I prefer sexy werewolves. Well, I'm in trouble for some of my controversial views about werewolves and their demographic makeup. Look at all these blackberries I'm getting. Is it 2006? I don't know if Vlad Tepes invented tapas, but he definitely invented shish kebab. We need better werewolf media. Let's face it, most werewolf movies have been really bad. Well, there's American Werewolf in London. That was really good. Dog Soldiers is all right. Um, what else? What else is a good werewolf movie? I haven't seen any of the original like Universal Pictures werewolf movies. Um, there's got to be other werewolf movies that I liked. There was a werewolf in Monster Squad who kind of stole the show with his nards. Wolfman has nards, you see. Can't get in there yet. Need to upgrade my Ginger Snaps. I haven't watched Ginger Snaps since I was like in junior high, and I definitely did not get it when I first watched it. Teen Wolf. How could I forget Teen Wolf? You'd have to be a total dick nose to forget Teen Wolf. I also Teen Wolf directly inspired Big Wolf on Campus, which I loved when I was in junior high. Recently tried to go back and watch on YouTube. That's not as funny as I remember. So, Realty, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, woke or pandering? I haven't actually seen it, but I doubt it's actually woke because it's, you know, to the. I don't think any television show is really going to be woke. They're all, just kind of there to make money, which is not necessarily a knock against the show. I'm sure it's fine. Teen Wolf is great, except Styles' crazy over the top homophobia. Yeah, which is ironic because there's that one scene where you can totally see that guy's entire balls in the background. I don't know if you've seen Teen Wolf and if you've watched it as closely as I have. There's a scene in that movie where they're at the gym. You can just see a guy's entire balls and hog just fully on display. Not a movie, but The Wolf Among Us. I never played The Wolf Among Us because the comics were not my cup of tea. Um, but that really shouldn't hold me back because, like, the Walking Dead comics are also pretty bad, and that game was good. TV cannot be woke. Ever heard of The Wire? I love The Wire. It's my favorite television show. But, at the end of the day, it does a lot of pro police shit too. So Dear Slamba, 1 week from today, we are holding the Stardew Valley Fair in the town square. It's the biggest event of the year, drawing people from all across the country to our humble town. If you'd like, you can set up a Grange. What's a Grange display? What does that mean? For the event, just bring up to 9 items that best showcase your talents. You'll be judged on the quality and diversity of your display. The fair starts at 9 a.m. Don't miss it, Mayor Lewis. What's a Grange display? Is that a typo? That feels like a typo. Give me the cranberries. I think they meant to say grand display. The 14 Werewolves of Wall Street. Are you thinking of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo? Starring Vincent Price as Vincent Van Ghoul. You're probably thinking of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, starring Vincent Price as Vincent Van Ghoul. If you want to win, you have to bring stuff with golden flowers. I'm bringing them some dirt, and they can live with it. They're not getting shit from me. Or maybe a grunge display. Maybe. I want to issue a correction. I did just now say that The Wire is my favorite television show. I would say that honor actually probably belongs to King of the Hill, but The Wire is a close second. Look at this, City Slicker doesn't know what a Grange display is. You got me. Oh, I should take care of the cat. Vincent Van Ghoul and Flim Flam. That's right. I thought his name was Riff Raff for some reason. Flim Flam is such a better name. I don't like when the cat does this. When his face disappears. I'm not here for that. Dang it, Thought Slime. I just ain't right. We're going berry picking. Got to get as many blackberries as you can. That's mining fuel. The best werewolf movie is The Howling. It's actually very subtly feminist. Viewed through a modern lens, it critiques a kind of patriarchal toxicity that almost mirrors anti-SJW YouTube reactionaries. Perhaps, but what about The Howling 4, Your Sister is a Werewolf? That one has Christopher Lee in an amazing outfit that you should really Google Christopher Lee's outfit in The Howling 4, Your Sister is a Werewolf. Highly recommend. Premium Google on that one. Why is my cat a human? I don't know what you're talking about. It's a normal, adorable cat. Little tabby cat named Dracula. That was Howling 2? Are you sure about that? Ho, please. Oh my god. Hurry. I'm going to water this fool. Hope you like that. More where that comes from, bud. There are like 5 good detectives in Baltimore. Not exactly a glowing endorsement, but I guess 5 times is too many for a realistic show. Yeah, but the show also like goes to great pains to show that the problems with oh my god, my mouse is freaking out. The problems with the police force are like due to corruption, not due to the inherent shittiness of the police as an institution. Like the show also has like journalists being corrupt, but I don't think it takes an anti-journalist stance. It shows teachers and education institutions being corrupt. I don't think it shows an anti-teacher or anti-education stance. I think the point of view of the show, and I think indeed the point of view of the showrunners, is that the police, the problems with policing in Baltimore are largely the fault of institutional neglect rather than what naturally happens as a result of their the natural shittiness of a police force. That is not true at all. Sorry. I mean, I don't know, man. Like when you have characters like what's his name, the old detective who paints all the little doll furniture. He's like the old guard, and he represents like what policing should be. The show goes to great pains to talk about the difference between good and bad police, uh, with Herc and Carver, I think, being the example, where Herc is the violent meat-headed moron, and Carver is the violent meat-headed moron that eventually becomes a good cop by obeying the rules. I don't think it necessarily is saying that like cops as an institution are wrong. I think it's very much saying that it's the result of individual actors rather than systemic corruption, or that individual actors corrupt the system itself, which I think is, I still think it's a great show, but I don't think it doesn't exactly align with my view. Yeah, and he investigated murders, which is something that also happens in anarchist societies. Yeah, like I'm not saying that the character is bad. I think the character is a nice man, which is what I'm saying, right? Is that like it goes out of its way to like show that there are good police, you know? This guy's a cop, but he's still good. It's like I don't know. It's saying that investigating murders is good, but the police as an institution are not. I mean, I definitely think that to be the case, but I don't think the show is making that point. And I mean, he doesn't just investigate murders. They're on the drug squad. Like they're there to get information about drugs. Like it's the drug department. Like I think of that scene where um, they're confronted by soldiers, and the soldiers tell them that they need all the resources because they're being diverted to the war on terror. And McNulty turns to I think Bunk, and he says, um, "What about the war on drugs? Doesn't this country have room for two wars anymore?" As though like the war on terror is an unnecessary diversion from the war on drugs, which itself is evil and unnecessary. Like the war on terror, obviously bullshit, but the war on drugs is just as bad. David Simon is completely opposed to drug prohibition. Be that as it may, I don't think he's completely opposed to policing as an institution. Nothing that I've read suggests that he is. McNulty is a dumpster fire, though. Yeah, for sure. McNulty sucks. I really think like the only cops that come across like sympathetic in the show are, even though they've done bad things, are people like Carver or Lieutenant Daniels, or what's the guy who he's based on a real person. Like his name is the name of a real person, but he's just there to like crack jokes and be really depressed all the time. The Wire is okay for a cop show, but that's a low bar. I think it's a lot better than okay. Like, I think The Wire is absolutely one of my favorite television shows of all time. How many times do I have to point out that the stuff the show advocates, murder investigation being one of the things, is also present in anarchism? I don't think anyone's disputing that, though. The war on drugs is the war on communism, but rebranded. How do you figure? You are by conflating policing with that. I don't know if I'm doing that though. I'm pointing out that they are police on the show. Um, I don't think I'm saying that all policing is investigating murders. At no point in the show does it advocate or defend the protection of private property, for example. Sure. Um, can you can you point to like something on the show that like explicitly condemns it? Like I'm genuinely asking. I'm not trying to like, you know, argue here. Like is there something on the show that like says or explicitly says that like private property is a problem? This is some nice elevator music. What music? The privatization of the docks. It's been a while since I've watched The Wire. Weren't the docks private at the beginning of the show? Just uh, bought by, wasn't it the Greeks that bought it at the end? 65 berries. Train is passing through SlimeDew Valley. Who cares? Yes, they are, and that is why the season 2 storyline happens. Yes, they are what? They're so they were not private in the beginning and they became private, or I'm confused. Because the Greeks, as I recall, were like a crime syndicate. And I think like if you were going to make an argument against private property, you wouldn't like. It seems to me like you wouldn't use a crime syndicate to make that point because that's kind of saying that it's wrong for things to be owned by bad actors. You know, the union is being destroyed and they're desperate for money, so they turn to organized crime. Yeah, it's definitely pro-union. They were private at the start of the inciting incident of season 2. Okay. The good guys of the story are the union workers, absolutely. Um, we all cried when Ziggy lost his duck. We all sympathize with the Sabatkas. That long walk down that pier, one of the best scenes in the show, in my opinion. I don't understand people that don't like season 2 of The Wire. I think if you don't like season 2, you shouldn't be allowed to watch the rest of the show. What's going on with the music? The music is going crazy. My battery is running low. What? Hold on, my computer doesn't seem to be plugged in. There we go. Ready your F's, boys. I don't think so. I got to it in time. I don't know why. It was plugged in. I don't know why it stopped charging. Even David Simon agrees that season 5 was subpar. Well, it was kind of rushed, wasn't it? It was much shorter than the other seasons. My favorite season, though, is season 3 because I like Amsterdam. I loved that whole storyline. I'm told that people thought that was really unrealistic when it aired, but that's based on a true story that happened in Canada. You know what is my problem with the show, though? Not enough wires. There's like, what, one wire the whole show? Give me a break. Well, there's like two, I think. How do I get just one berry? Shift doesn't appear to do it. There we go. It was right click. I don't even remember what season 3 was about. Season 3 was the the Amsterdam, where they set up the part of Baltimore where drugs were legal ish, the paper bag compromise, and it was also when Stringer Bell and it's been years since I watched the show, clearly, but D'Angelo, was it D'Angelo? Who is the Avon? Uh, Stringer and Avon come to blows, and it has the great standoff between them. Um, and really, Stringer Bell's whole character arc is so tragic to me. As someone who is simultaneously like the most reasonable person in the room, but also like really naive in other ways. I love that character, and I'm glad to see that uh, he's gone on to such great success as an actor because I think he deserves it, and he should be James Bond, but he's never gonna be. Wasn't The Wire in the non-olden times, or did their phones all have them curly pigtail wires? I believe The Wire was late '90s. I didn't watch it live, or not live, but I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it many years later after it had been long canceled. I tried to convince my girlfriend to rewatch it with me, but she fell asleep in the first episode. Sorry, not the first episode, the second episode, and she missed, to me, what is uh, the seminal moment of the series, uh, or really to me the where the show comes together, and it really shows itself as something special when Herc and Carver go to the projects and try to pick a fight drunkenly, and Daniels has to come bail them out and coach them in how to lie to the media. And then he finds out that one of the kids that they attacked lost his eye. Um, that to me was when I knew that the show was going to be like better than the average cop drama. He's not a character worthy of Idris Elba? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean James Bond? I thought you meant Stringer. Sure, I guess. I mainly want him to be James Bond because I think it would be good for Idris Elba. Not so much that I think it would be good for the James Bond franchise, which I think it would be. It wasn't set in the '90s. It just retold some stories that really happened then. Oh, okay. So it was like early 2000s. I haven't read the book um, that much of it was adapted from, which I believe was called The Corner. I had it on reserve for a while at a bookshop, but they never ended up getting it for me. Thoughts on Treme? Haven't actually watched Treme, ashamed to say. Did watch Generation Kill. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Haven't watched Treme. I'm the reason Treme got cancelled, me personally. It's all my fault. The Corner. Yeah, that's the book it's based on, isn't it? Or not based on, but a lot of the stuff comes from The Corner. The Corner was a separate project. Yeah, but it was David Simon, and they like a lot of the material in it. I'm told influenced the Wire quite a bit. I don't know. I haven't actually read it. This is what I've just been told. This is why I wanted to read it. Thoughts on Omar talking to cops? I mean, I don't feel like I'm in a position to judge Omar for anything. What's the white cat's name? Artemis? What white cat? I have one tabby cat named Dracula. Thank you for reminding me to water him. See, now we're getting hay. This is a return on investment. 1 out of 240. We're doing it. This is the life. This doesn't give us any hay. This is just fiber. This is a waste of time. FLCL Evangelion Cowboy Bebop Anime Starter Pack. What is FLCL? The White Cat from Sailor Moon. I'm aware of who Artemis is. I'm just saying there's no such cat on my farm. Death Note is super funny. I don't know. I was not a big fan of Death Note. I really liked the premise, and I liked the idea of it being this cat and mouse game. But when I actually watched it, it was not great. It felt like a lot of the conclusions that the characters were jumping to came out of nowhere. Like, the way that they were able to deduce things was purely of plot convenience and didn't really make sense, which kind of bothered me, because like the first few episodes when it's like L and Light and he deduces that the Kira is a high school student, like that made sense, and then as it went on, like it just got sillier and sillier. The movie The Frighteners was a proof of concept for Lord of the Rings, true story. I wish it had been more like The Frighteners then. Or at least they had hired Jeffrey Combs, who should be in every movie. Can anyone tell me if Jeffrey Combs has been in Star Trek Discovery yet? Because that might get me to actually watch Star Trek Discovery. I know he was in... I believe he was in TNG. I know he was in Deep Space Nine as Wei-Yun. And he was also in Enterprise. Stub your toes on a rock? Why? What'd I do? Why? Because I didn't like Death Note? It's okay for people not to like things. Let people not enjoy things. Thoughts on Bad Taste? Haven't actually seen Bad Taste. The only back in the day Peter Jackson movie I'm really familiar with, I mean I have seen The Frighteners, but that's more of a Hollywood Peter Jackson movie, is Brain Dead. I haven't seen Meet the Feebles. I haven't seen Bad Taste. He wasn't in TNG? I thought he was. He should have been. Jeffrey Combs is amazing. He should be in everything. He also has the best cameo on Gotham, where he plays this mad scientist who kidnaps Jada Pinkett Smith's character and is carrying out like human experiments on her. And the people that he's working for get fed up with him, and they decide to get rid of him by removing his head and putting it on a sexy lady's body. And it's this body horror moment where he's lying on a slab and they pull the blanket off of him and his head is on this like shapely lady's body with a bright red dress, and he screams, and it's like, you could not have done a worse job of showing this. Like that's a scary concept, but they do it in such like the cartoony way that it's like it's impossible to take seriously. But of course, Jeffrey Combs, like he's a professional. He gives it his all and really sells the performance, and it's incredible. Gotham is the or was the silliest show on television, and I loved it for that. It's like a show that 100% commits to how ludicrous and silly all of its central premises are. Uh, and doesn't at all ever feel like it's winking towards the camera. Like it feels like it doesn't know how silly it is, and I love that about it. Brain dead, yeah, okay, or dead alive, whatever you want to call it. I always called it brain dead. I think brain dead is the better title. Although I do often get it confused with brain damage, which is on Shutter. I keep meaning to watch it. I love the director's film Basket Case. He also directed Frankenhooker, I'm told, which I haven't seen. That one probably hasn't aged very well. But I love Basket Case. Basket Case is a delightful movie, and despite the fact that the director made a movie called Frankenhooker, is very sex worker positive. There's a character in Basket Case who's a sex worker, and she's just a nice lady who makes friends with with the main character, and they just like hit it off and hang out as platonic friends. It's a really sweet relationship they have. I also avoid the term anime. I much prefer Japanimation. Yeah, I think you should stick with anime. Japanimation doesn't make it sound cooler, if that's what you're worried about. Just like whatever you like. Who cares what people say about it? Brain bread. There you go. That's like the Ginger Dead Man, essentially. From the people who brought you Ghoulies. Charles Band's Full Moon Productions. Although it was Empire Productions when they made Ghoulies. Boop. I'm not selling my blackberries because that's, like I said, that's mine and fuel. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not helpful. Otakus are just self-righteous weebs. Uh, I mean, what's the difference between an otaku and a weeb? Isn't weeb just like a term for people who like anime? Like the same as otaku is? Is this the basket case you were talking about? A grotesquely deformed Siamese twin joins forces with his brother to stalk the physician who separated them at birth. Yes, though it is noted that I don't believe they used the term Siamese twin in the movie. He's this little guy who it grows on his side, and they cut him off, and he keeps him in a basket. And they have it's actually kind of sweet, their relationship. Like, he didn't want to be separated from his brother who he loved, but the world treats his brother like a monster and treats him like a normal person, and so they try to get revenge on the doctors who separated them. But along the way, um, the normal brother kind of meets other people and gets out from his brother's influence and starts realizing that he wants a different life than his brother Belial does, and that's when they come to conflict. I'm making it sound like a much more serious film than it is. It's actually very silly and a lot of fun, but I think there's a real heart to it, despite the fact that it's a movie about Basket Monster. Javis123111, thank you for the super chat. Hey, I like your face. Also, could you name any books or videos that talk about political violence? I would say there's off the top of my head, all I can really think of is how nonviolence protects the state, which I think is by Peter Gelderloos. If I'm going to be honest, I haven't actually read it. I've listened to the audiobook version on Audible Anarchist, which is the same as reading it, but I felt like I needed to specify that. I've heard good things also about this nonviolent stuff will get you killed, but that one I legit haven't read. So I can't speak to that. I thought otaku had a shut-in slash hikikomori connotation. I don't know what that word means, but I thought otaku just meant like an obsessive fan type of thing. Basket Case was directed by the same person who directed Brain Damage. Yeah, I know. That's how it came up in conversation. He directed 3 movies. Well, he directed all 3 of the Basket Case movies, and then he also directed Frankenhooker, Brain Damage, and then went on to become, I think, a bit of a softcore porn director. But if any of his movies are as good as Basket Case, I'm all in. Violence is a Social Factor by Malatesta, just an essay though. I don't think I've ever read a full book by Malatesta that wasn't a collection of essays. Like, I think he just wrote essays, didn't he? Anarchopac was talking about this the other day, that like one of the reasons that it's harder for people to find anarchist theory is that a lot of it was written in pamphlets and in underground newspapers and workers' newspapers and stuff like that. So it didn't get collected into large books the same way that a lot of Marxist theory did. I need to pay better attention. Brain Damage was upsetting to me. Why was it upsetting to you? Just because it's like a horror movie and super gross? He didn't write any books, but the question was about books. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about Malatesta, as I often do, sometimes in the late hours of the night. Once again, I haven't seen Brain Damage, but it is on Shudder, and I keep meaning to watch it. Shudder is the horror streaming service, like Netflix for horror, but not as wide a selection, obviously, but also cheaper. So, and they recently brought back the Joe Bob Briggs Monster Vision, but they're not calling it Monster Vision; they're calling it The Last Drive-In, but similar kind of thing. Henenlotter didn't make softcore exactly; he just makes very pervy horror. Yeah, that's worse in my opinion. Like, make porn if you want, but these movies that are like half porn, half not, it's like, why can't you just watch pornography? Why do you need this? Yeah, it is, Haley. You know what? I work with the earth. You have no right to judge me. Prepare to get murdered with this scythe. Prepare to prepare to get prepare prepare to get murdered. Okay, well you can't do it. Is the perviness artistic in nature? If not, that's porn. No judgment, but pedantry is in these days. I from what I've heard about his later films, very much no. But he's also very much a fan of like exploitation horror. So hard to say. Could have been an artistic choice. I'll leave that to other people to decide. I'm not really interested in delineating what is and is not art. Have you ever seen Blood Drive? I have not. I mean, I've seen Blood Drives, but I've never seen a movie with the title Blood Drive. I've never given to a blood drive, not for lack of trying. The last time I tried, they wouldn't take my blood because I had low blood pressure. When I was in film school, there was a job advertised on the jobs board at one point for a porn shoot. Some of us talked about applying, but none of us did, I think. I didn't know you went to film school. That explains quite a bit. I was under the impression that a lot of people get their start in porn, though. Which is cool. I have nothing against that, necessarily. I mean, obviously, porn comes with unique challenges, but I think it's, like any industry, it's inherently exploitative under capitalism, but I think you could obviously make porn in a way that is ethical. Very difficult to do now. I don't know why I'm still talking. Why am I still talking? I'm only going to make what I'm saying worse. I'm not going to suddenly make what I'm saying better. Is low blood pressure even possible? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can tell you. You can talk to my doctor. I often have low blood pressure, which is weird because I drink a lot of coffee. I don't know. Is low blood pressure the result of like not working out enough? Like, I don't know what causes it. I should probably look into that. Think Slime, what do you thought about? I try to avoid it when possible. Do I want any of this? Do I want a shrimp? Do I want a cave carrot? An L goat milk? A puffer fish? I don't want such things. Ghoulies are top left. You think the ghoulies are authoritarian communists? I don't know about that. I mean, they live in a toilet, so that suggests to me that they're ANCAPs. But then again, I find them interesting to watch, so that suggests they're anything but. I guess to know whether or not they're ANCAPs, one would have to hear them discuss age of consent laws. Porn is genetic. Gremlins are bottom left? I don't think so. Gremlins are always making people do stuff they don't want to do. Gremlins are no comrades of mine. Rob Miller, thanks for the inexplicable super chat with the lobster and 2 roses. I know what the roses mean. I'm hoping the lobster isn't some sort of Jordan Peterson message. Might be because I was talking about shrimp a second ago. Munchies are ANCAPs. Now, we talking Munchies 1 or Munchies 2, where it's Dom DeLuise as Munchie? So my power ranking here: Ghoulies, they're enlightened centrists. I would say Critters are top left. Um, munchies are uh, I'm not sure what munchies are, to be honest. That one I'm gonna have to stew over. I think feeders are bottom right. Um, I guess by process of elimination, that makes critters uh, top right, but that doesn't feel right, does it? I think those weird cops that follow the critters around, those guys are top right. Top right, by the way. I'm constantly being told that salt causes high blood pressure. I don't know about that, but maybe try oversalting your tofu as you fry it. I don't think so, bud. I eat so much salt. I eat like a ridiculous amount of salt. If that is like, I'm concerned that if I don't have enough salt, then I'm gonna pass out, because if I have low blood pressure now and salt makes your blood pressure go up, then I think that might be unwise. Who salts tofu? I sometimes put salt on tofu. One of my favorite things to do with tofu, uh, and this is try this at home. Uh, I like to take firm tofu and I like to freeze it, and then after it's frozen, I let it thaw out and then squeeze all the moisture out of it, and then I cut it into slices and I fry it. Or sorry, I don't fry it. I bake it in the oven with panko crumbs over it, and it becomes kind of like a chicken strip almost, like a tendy. And let me tell you, I could eat that every day. It's real good. Try it; it'll blow your mind. Like it, you wouldn't think that freezing and thawing tofu would have that much of a difference, but it makes a huge difference. Foot, please talk about She-Ra. I watched about half of the first season of She-Ra. I enjoyed what I saw, but it also felt like very much like a kids show. And I'm not saying that to disparage it, because obviously it is a kids show, so it should feel like that. But it just wasn't for me. I don't think. I thought it was funny what I did watch. I will probably watch it again at some point. But Tremors are top right. Thank you. Tremors are top right. We got there in the end. I think I need the ancient fruit for something, so I'm going to put that away. I don't remember what it does. I think I can... Can I put it on the shrine to Grandpa to get extra stam? Is that how that works? Salt isn't that healthy, though. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm still alive. I eat tons of salt. Oh, man. Everybody that donates has a really hard to pronounce name. Or maybe I'm just illiterate. I don't know. But Zephirilla's 2222. Blood Drive is a dystopian alternate 1999. A former cop is forced to take part in a death race in which cars run on human blood as fuel. That sounds amazing. That sounds like Death Race 2000, but even weirder. I am so in for that. Thank you so much for telling me about that. I haven't had tofu. What do you think baby's first tofu meal should be? I really like plain food. You should have what I just described. If you like chicken tenders, and I cannot imagine a more plain food than chicken tenders, you will like baked tofu. It is really good. You can have it like with the same way that you would eat chicken tenders. Eat it with a bit of ketchup if you want. Whatever your heart desires, you can do this and more. But I guess if you're out at a restaurant, you could get like fried tofu too, which would be good. A little soy sauce or sesame oil can't hurt. Depends on where you put it. No, I don't think. Well, you know what? Yeah, I do. You know why? Because they don't have to work. Get scythed. You can't. There should be a mod where you can cut people down with your scythe. Munchies is PG. Am I remembering a very different movie, or the 80s just like that? So, Munchies and Munchie are very different movies. I could see Munchie being PG because in that movie it's one alien who's more of an ET type character than a Gremlins type character. But in the first Munchies, they're like monsters who go around smoking cigars and drinking beer. In Munchie, he's like a really hideous looking alien that helps a child develop confidence. How do you remove the moisture? So, what I do, it's really important to freeze and thaw them. So, leave it to freeze overnight and then let it thaw for a few hours. And then you're going to want to cut it, after you cut it into slices, after it's completely unfrozen, you put it between either paper towels or clean dish towels and squeeze all the moisture out of it. But if you're lazy, you can always like squeeze the whole thing, but try not to let it crumble up. Because if you do that, then you won't be able to cut it into neat strips, which is kind of important for getting the surface so that it can get the oil on it. But trust me, freeze. If you take nothing else away from this, freeze and thaw your tofu. It makes a huge difference. You put the tofu under some heavy shit for like an hour. You can do it that way as well. You like put it within like paper towels or some clean dish towels and put something heavy, as long as it's flat and will apply even pressure to the whole thing. Sorry if you've already talked about this. What mods are you using for Stardew? Um, I am using the mod. It's mostly cosmetic stuff. This allows my trailer to be a cool hippie trailer. I got the Sailor Scout scarecrows. Um, I have a mod that makes my cat Linus. Because why would you not have that? And I have another mod that I don't know if it's working right now. Let me check it out. Where is she? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working. There's a mod that's supposed to turn Pam into Shrek and change her dialogue so that it's Shrek dialogue, but it doesn't appear to be working, unfortunately. Let's plant this tree. Sorry, I was playing drums. I would have had a panic attack tonight if I didn't exhaust myself. Why are you apologizing? Pet homeless man. I can't pet him. I've already pet him today. And it's not a homeless man. It's a beautiful cat. See? I've already pet him. I can't do... I can do no more petting. Squeeze tofu. Yeah. Hashtag squeeze tofu. That's the two vegan hacks I know. Freeze your tofu and just get rice paper, because anything you put inside rice paper is going to taste good. Try it. You could put the tofu on the exercise bike for about half an hour. What? Why would you do that? Why not a Pam horse? How do I... If you can find a mod that makes Pam a horse, I'll definitely consider it. But I'm working with what I got here, you know? My joint have been behaving strangely. Well, you should smoke them while you can. You get it? Because the person meant their bodily joints, but I'm referring instead to a jazz cigarette. You can only pet your cat once a day. Try upgrading to Iridium. I would if I could. I would love to get an upgraded cat. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Beautiful sunny day. That's not what I want to hear. No, why not Pam horse should always be screamed. I can't scream. I have downstairs neighbors who wouldn't appreciate that. Hey, pumps. Leftist tech support. Holy shit. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Hey, Slim Slam. I just wanted to say thanks for all the great content you and American Johnson both have changed a lot of the views I've held for years. No longer a neo-lib, and you've gotten me to start making content. Just a few subs from 1K. Leftist tech support. Let's see if we can get you over 1K right now. Everybody, support to Leftist tech support if you're not subbed already. Let me see here. Well, I'm not on my Thought Slime account. I think I'm subscribed to that channel. Leftist tech support YouTube. Let me see here. I am now. He's at 976, everybody. Or they're at 976. I don't know your pronouns, LTS. Let's see if we can get him to 1,000. Let's do it. Live Evil, thank you for the $5 super chat. That's very much appreciated. Nice. Good job, Sailor Moon. Okay, now you're just getting chatty. Do I prefer spliffs or J's? I don't really use either, to be honest. If I'm going to smoke weed, it's going to be with my vape. I have this beautiful, tacky little vape that I bought a couple years ago. It was on sale at the local head shop, or the best head shop in Toronto, not necessarily the one closest to me. It's called the Friendly Stranger. And I bought this little handheld vape that's perfect for what I need. And it, you can just put dry herb inside and it heats it up and you can vape it from there. And that's really all I need these days. I don't do a lot of weed, but when I do, that tends to be the way that I enjoy it most. I meant joints, the cannabis kind. I understood. Hot knives? I don't think so. I've never been that desperate. I also used to love. I had a dugout or what's also called a one hitter that I used to like back in the day before I could afford a vape. Because I'm very much a lightweight when it comes to pot, so I don't need a lot to get me there. I'm turning 21 next year and live in Colorado, so I'm planning on doing my very first weed. What do you nerds recommend? I recommend that you have a great time, listen to some fun songs, be with people that you trust. I know it's just pot, but always when you're experimenting with a drug, remember set and setting. Make sure that you are in a good mood and you're emotionally prepared. Sorry to be like so much of a dad about it, but it's, I want you to have a good time. Tech support who? That's leftist tech support. Subscribe to leftist tech support. Hashtag subscribe to leftist tech support. No, come on. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. You know what convinced me to sub to you, Slime? The time you said fiddly dee, that still tickles me pink. Yeah, I love talking in old timey exclamations like that. Like, I in my day to day will say rats or raspberries instead of swearing sometimes. Like when I'm genuinely mad. I think I have everything I need for the box at the community center. Music sounds amazing while you're still new. Nature is also amazing. You'll really appreciate things. That's the thing, is have fun stuff to do. Like play a video game or something, or watch a movie, or, you know, don't just like expect to sit around and enjoy it, because you don't want to be trapped in your own head. Here in Canada, we've recently legalized marijuana, but I haven't been to the legal dispensary yet. Effete soft boy lifestyle resonated with me. See, that's the type of stuff you say when you're a closeted non-binary person. You try to make it an insult to yourself so that people will go, "Yeah, you are effete and soft," and then you have to go, "Oh, jeez, dang it, you got me. I don't have corn. This is a. They don't want cranberries. They don't want cranberries." Vape goes faster than flour. I mean, I'm vaping flour. I also had one of those little oil pens for a while, and that was nice while it lasted, but it's not exactly good for the environment. I need super cucumber for a calzone I'm making. Sure, Elliot. Sure. You need it for a calzone, whatever that is. I heard this is music sounds amazing while you're nude. Who am I to argue this point? It does. You don't have clothes getting in the way of your ears. Cramb Aries. On a dishwasher part-time salary, flour is often more affordable. Yeah, like that's why I bought a vape that specifically accepts flour. Like, and like I said, I used it before that. I used one hitter, and those are like as cheap as you can get. It's like $10 for one of those. Give me some corn seeds. What was the other thing? This is fine. Put it here. I'm making calzone. Want to be the stuffing? Hey now, this isn't that kind of chat. A calzone, I think it's like a stromboli, but shaped like Garfield. My nightmare. Guys, Garfield Eats opens on the 28th, I am told, by reliable sources, including Jim Davis himself. I love the way Jim Davis says restaurant. He always says it like restaurant. It's the world's first intergauging quick service restaurant. It's amazing. I love it. That's not what I wanted to do, but all right. Hey. Why did I buy 10? That seems like a mistake. Why is Garfield an eldritch god all of a sudden? He always was. Garfield has been around longer than man and will outlive man. This sin-cursed earth will not survive. What do I need to make fert? What do I need to make my fertilizer squirtilizer? Sap. Okay, that's my inventory, not a chest. There we go. X is the chest button. There we go. I'm in a part of Canada where the boomers all say batteries instead of batteries. Yep. It sounds about right. You know, one thing that always annoys me is when people talk about Canadians saying a, because I was always under the impression that we don't say it. But then I moved to Ontario, and then people do say it, but they don't say it like, "How's it going, eh?" They say a like as a question. Like when they didn't hear you, they'll go, "Eh?" I could tell you how to make fertilizer, but I'm on enough lists. I mean, I know how to make it in real life. You poop. I'm quite good at it, even though I'm on opiates right now. So Jim Davies, what about him? Thoughts on Sonic movie done by 80-year-old boomer CEOs? I think it's a thing of beauty. I'm glad that it exists. Uh, I think when I see something like that, it's very much like what I said in the Garfield Eats video, is that it does a better job of uh, satirizing capitalism than I could ever hope to do. Why do I have one more corn seed? You know why? Because I bought 10 instead of the appropriate 9 or 8. Should have fertilized that, but I didn't. Like a damn fool. I always thought Canadians loved to eat oats and sail on boats. No, uh, goats eat oats and does eat oats, but little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Hmm. I live in Wisconsin and everyone says A. Wisconsin, I think, when people do a stereotypical Canadian accent like that, oh hey, how's it going? Like that very much is a to me more of a Wisconsin accent. Like that's I think of Bobby's mom from Bobby's World, which is always my cultural touch point for Wisconsin. Not or I guess yeah, I guess that really is the only thing I can think of. Sorry, Wisconsin. Red Letter Media is in Wisconsin, I think. I don't know. My younger self would have thought Garfield Pizza was the coolest thing ever. Young me is canceled. No, it in fact is the coolest thing ever. I'm so happy about Garfield Eats. It's mares eat oats and does eat oats. I've only heard goats eat oats and uh, does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy, but a kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Dallas Fable, thank you for the $10 super chat and the awesome "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" avatar. I subbed to you after "Is Capitalism Voluntary?" Awesome job. Hey, why'd you stop using cartoon overlay? Was the editing too much? Since green's been legal, I felt a lot less anxious. I'm glad to hear that. Um, yeah, the cartoons are much more labor intensive, and they don't seem to be any more popular. So I was putting in a lot of like it. Kind of the process of making these videos. Like the reason I did the cartoons in the first place was because I was very much afraid of being criticized for my appearance, um, and then I realized like there's better things in life to be afraid of. I didn't need to plant corn. I already had corn. I wish I could tell you that people didn't criticize my appearance when I did start using my live action self, but of course they did. Um, and that's just something you learn to be okay with. Um, but yeah, the cartoons, I try to slip in some little drawings here and there, but I don't know if I'm ever really going to go back to doing videos in the style that I started on. Um, even when like I look at comments from those old videos, it's pretty split in between people saying, I missed this and people saying that they hate that style and they're glad I'd switched out of it. So it is what it is. I don't know if you caught in the last video the background that I'm working on, the sewer pixel art thing. There's a little wanted poster for King Cuck, the old cartoon I used to hide behind. He also makes an appearance in the in an upcoming video by the Surfs. People criticize my appearance in real life. That sucks. I'm sorry that they do that. People can be shitty. I don't think people should criticize people for their physical appearance. Like, it's a tough habit to break, like, towards people you don't like. Like, who among us doesn't occasionally want to dunk on Ben Shapiro for being short? And let me tell you of a situation where that kind of bit me in the butt. I referred to Ben Shapiro as Big Boy Ben Shapiro in one of my videos, and I didn't feel right about it. So I looked up, like, how tall is Ben Shapiro, and the article that I saw said that he was 5'10", which is the exact same height I am. But apparently he's not. He's 5'7". But it was a real moment of, like, hey, this guy everybody made fun of for being short and you joined in on, you're just as short as him. And it was a real, like, oh shit, that doesn't feel good. And so, like, as much as I want to make Ben Shapiro feel bad, and as much as I want, like, if I had a switch I could flip that would hurt Ben Shapiro's feelings, I would press it constantly. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't make Ben Shapiro bad, but I did make people who are short feel bad, and I don't think that's right, and I don't think that's how we should behave. And I think there's so much you can criticize Ben Shapiro for, like all of his shithead opinions. But you don't need to resort to making fun of the way he looks. Was that a comment about height? I just thought Big Boy was a joke about him being self-serious and puffed up. I mean, I could make an argument that that's what it was a joke about, but I would be lying to myself. Like, whether or not I was giving myself the wiggle room is what I was doing to make a joke about his height without having to admit that that's what I was doing. Which is also cowardly. And I just think, I regret that joke. I'm 5'4", but I'm still bigger than Ben Shapiro. Hell yeah, bits of pulp. Hell yeah, you are. I mean, ultimately, the thing that's bad about Ben Shapiro isn't his height. It's his shitty point of view. And his awful treatment of Palestinian people. And his ridiculous religious zealotry. I'm 6'5", and Phil Collins and Mickey Rooney turned me on. They are my ideal height in a man. Yeah, I mean, I'm not terribly self-conscious about my height. Obviously, I would prefer to be taller. I think most people would, but I'm also okay with being small with an O. Small. This is going to be a tough habit for me to break, mostly because I have no desire to. I'm not going to tell anybody how to live, but for me, I don't think it's right to criticize people's appearance, and I'm going to try my best not to do that in the future. And it's not, like, once again, it's not to protect Ben Shapiro's feelings, because I want to hurt Ben Shapiro's feelings. I want him to wake up every day sad, but it's more so that I think by establishing that there's something wrong with being short, that hurts other people who are short, who aren't Ben Shapiro and don't deserve it. Like, for example, Warwick Davis, very short. Perfectly nice man. Doesn't deserve to get dragged for being short. Danny DeVito, perfectly short. Wonderful human being. 5'10" is not small. Don't take this away from me. Did I not take the yam? I know I have a yam. I yam what I yam. It's pretty close to the middle of the bell curve. I think it's because all of my friends are very tall that I get self-conscious when I hang out with them. I also often think, when I think about people, I always think that they're taller than me. And then sometimes when we actually compare heights, I'm actually taller than them. And it's weird how that can happen. Is you remember someone that you know, and you think that of course they're taller than you, and then when you actually compare, like no, they're shorter than you. You didn't even realize. I think a lighthearted jab is okay once in a while. My wife says my face is stupid once in a while, just in case I forget my place. Yeah, but I don't think your wife actually thinks your face is stupid, and I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference between someone you know and love playfully taking a crack at you and someone legit like criticizing you and making you feel bad about the way you look. I legit don't have any yams. I've given away all my yams. Like a damn fool. Is it possible to have non-binary dysphoria over shoulders? I want to be a femme non-binary, but I think that's not in the cards for me. First of all, yes it is. You can be whatever you want to be. Second of all, of course it's possible. You like, if you feel like bad about your body and you wish your body looked different for gender reasons, I would think that that is dysphoria. Like, you're valid, for lack of a better thing to say. I don't know. People are a lot harsher on themselves than other people are on them, and I'm sure nobody would look at you and judge your shoulders. And that's not to dismiss like how you feel and tell you that that it's wrong to feel that way, but it's more so that, like, keep in mind that you're your own worst critic. I'm being a real busybody in this stream. I feel like I'm telling people, I'm acting like I'm in some position to give people advice. But check the source. I am a person who's not very good at playing Stardew Valley, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But in my experience, people tend to criticize themselves. Hey, Hypersonic, I don't know if you're kidding or not, but oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Just made a random person moderator. That was not what I meant to do. That message is getting removed. We don't do that here. Whoa, Adam Rainstopper. We don't do that either. We don't tell people to do that. I understand your anger, but there have been previously suicidal people in this stream, so I just don't think it's a great response. Hey, I made it to the Jumanji stream. What do you mean the Jumanji stream? This is a Stardew. Which random person is it? It was Splodius, but I removed it. I got to it in time. because I was trying to hit the button to remove that the comment that I don't want to read aloud, uh, and my finger slipped. More commie censorship. Wow. I was one of them, but if your whole existence is just leading up to the moment you can say some shit like this in the chat. Like I said, I'm not saying this for the benefit of the person that said that. I'm saying it for the benefit of other people. Um, but I understand that it's I understand why it made you angry enough to say that. Like, I'm not trying to put you on blast here. Yeah. Ah, my penis plants are growing. For the record, that word is definitely a slur. Like, I don't think there can be any doubt about that. I also think it betrays like a very disgusting attitude that is very dangerous and causes a great deal of violence against trans people, trans women in particular. Lena Anderson, recently found your channel. I have to say that it's awesome. Take my money, please. Will do. Hey, Captain Netbeard, I am going to have to ask that you stop this line of discussion. You are wrong, and uh, please knock it off. For real. Uh, this is not the time or the place. I also think, like, if everybody is telling you, hey, this word makes me feel really shitty about who I am, and your response is, well, think of all these logical reasons why it shouldn't. It's like, maybe take a step back and really think about whether or not you want to be that person, whether you want to, like, disregard people's feelings in that way because you don't agree with them. Like, I think it's, yeah. Whoa, did I actually pronounce your name right? That's amazing to me. First time for everything. Thank you for knocking it off so explicitly. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best to moderate. I am not a very disciplinarian person. I have a lot of agita with regards to disciplining. So let's do this. Oh, come on. Come on. This is embarrassing. Am I a date-eating vegan? I don't like dates, the fruit. I don't like any dried fruit, really. Any other games you might stream in future? It depends on if there's other games people want to see. They have to be able to run on my computer, which is a pretty big if. If I get it to the very top, I think I get a star drop, right? Slime, a couple of my friends were talking about how much they liked your channel without me being involved in the convo. Propaganda is effectively spread. That's cool. I occasionally get messages from like people I know in real life who are like, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I was just searching for stuff about anarchism on YouTube and you came up. So I'm doing something right with my analytics. How long have I been doing streams for? Like tonight or in general? Because I've been doing them on and off like for about a year. According to my Patreon, I was supposed to be doing them at least once a month for a long time, but I wasn't because I'm very bad about giving people Patreon rewards on time. But tonight I've been streaming for about almost 3 hours now, actually. Go vegan if it is within your means. Can't go vegan. I'm already vegan. Have I ever played The Sims? I played like the original one way back in the day. I don't feel like I'm getting any closer. Oop. Oop. This is going to be a mostly eggplant-rich environment. Keep in mind that labeling people by their phenotypical traits or behaviors is colonialist and wrong. How many do I got? I only have one, okay. Okay, I don't have any. Hey there. Vaguely threatening. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. How much does the one in the shop cost? Oh shit, 2,000. Did Slime beat Bloodborne? That's adorable that you would ask that. You clearly didn't watch the stream if you're asking if I beat Bloodborne. Well, what's the best way to get stars? Why won't the clown give me stars? Hello, murderer. Can I buy one? Can I please buy a sword? Clint, give me a sword. Clint! Clint, give me a sword. Smoking in the boys' room, huh? I don't understand why they made the pigs in this game so ugly. Money is how you get 2,000 stars. Stardew is lib capitalist propaganda. The wheel has a 75% bias towards green. Okay. Do this. Hey, it's green! I think the idea of the tortured artist goes into your idea about suffering being seen as productive and valuable to capitalism. Absolutely, it does. I just feel like we're due for an orange, so I'm not betting the farm on this one. Damn it! What a fool I was. You have to inherit the stars, that's the only way to have enough. Shoulda known. The working man gets screwed once again. Give me the stars. Oh, here we go. Oh, can I just type it? Big money, big money, big money, no whammies. No whammies. No whammies? Yes! I feel like we're making steady progress. I want that star fruit. Here we go. We're just going to keep betting 60 for a little bit. Come on, no whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Excellent. Big money. 75% of the time it works every time. Thanks for not giving me a whammy. What do I have my favorite things set to? I do not remember. Hey, well, you can't win them all, am I right? Because of Earthbound, I'm required by law to set it to Rockin'. All I remember is I always used to choose... Oh, come on. Where are the refs on this one? But you know what? We're due for a win. I understand variance. There we go. See? None of you believed in me, but this hot streak's still going. Am I going to sit here until I get 2,000 stars? Absolutely. I prefer the term geek. 75% of the time, Beepus. Now we're getting somewhere. You know what? 200. My good man. Hey, you know what? You can't win them all. But you know what? That means we're due for a win. What'd I tell you? Unstoppable. Thank you for telling me that it usually goes green. We're almost there. Hey, that was close. That means we're due for a loss. So I'm only going to bet 100 this time. Winner, winner, tofu tendies dinner. That's right. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? The instincts of a true gambler over here. But that means we're due for a win. Hey, you know what? That's life. You know what? What are the chances that we'd lose 3 times in a row? According to my calculations, roughly 0%. You know, what are the odds that we'd lose 4 times in a row? By my calculations, negative 100%. What are the odds that we would lose 5 times in a row? Can't happen. Just like that, we're back in the game. Thought Slime has lost all his Patreon money on blackjack. I mean, blackjack is like the safest game to play at the casino, isn't it? This is great content. Thank you. We're not going anywhere. Buckle up. Come on. We're getting that fucking star. Pretty sure the odds are 50% each time. No, I don't think so. We had a huge streak of green. Let's just try this fishing game, see what's up over here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will. Obviously not what I meant to do. It's not cumulative? What do you mean it's not cumulative? That's not how statistics work. Statistics don't work. It's just a trick that math magicians like to pull on you. You gonna listen to a bunch of lying numbers? Thought Slime, can you make jorts? I watched all the trouble that Brian David Gilbert went through making shorts, and I don't want any part of that. I didn't lose all my stars. I didn't lose all my stars. This is fake news. Read my lips. No collusion. Okay? I didn't lose all my stars. I don't know where you guys are getting this. And look what an amazing fisher person I am. That better count. Okay. That was a waste of time. think I'm going to bet on green. There you go. It's just that easy. Do I like the movie Heathers? Of course I do. I'm not a fool. It's just that easy. I don't like how fast that is spinning. I don't feel like that's spinning too fast. This is a bad video game. I don't believe in half measures. I need your prayers in chat. I need you to think of me in my time of need. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. That's all you got to do. Yeah, green, obviously. I'm not even looking. I'm reading chat. I'm not even looking. Didn't even see how it worked out. I assume I won all the money? You know what? No, I don't have... I'm sorry. I don't have the stones to bet all of it. I should have listened to my instincts. This is it. If we get this, we can afford the star fruit. Come on. They said it couldn't be done. Now, before we buy the star fruit, I also want to get the rare crow. No, I don't want to pay the slingshot game. That's... $800? No problem. Don't forget about blood drive. I won't forget about blood drive. Don't you worry about that. Sir, I would like to bet $200 on green. Have you tried star fruit in real life? I have. It wasn't great. It's like a bad pineapple. Remember, this is all just gravy at this point. We're just trying to get enough for the rare crow as well. We don't need that. Durian is nasty. I've never tried it. You're all saying F. You don't know. Oh, we're so close. Now, there's a part of me that thinks for the final bet we should bet on orange, but... I don't feel like doing that, because green got us here. And it's just that easy. It's just that easy. Yes, please. I'll take one Sailor Mars, one beautiful star fruit. There we go. It reminds me of Dixon Butts. Excellent. Is there anything else I wanted here? I don't want the fedora. I thought I might, but I don't want to make another 500. This is where you lose. What does it feel like, Baby Purple Bat, to be wrong? To not believe in people and to get humiliated by a streamer with such skills as mine? Let's talk to my crush, Linus. Who's this? Okay. Where's my crush, Linus? He looks like a pretty, pretty cat. Lunker? They're called honkers. You dingbat. You're ashamed of yourself? You should be. This is... Around here, we're positive. We know we're going to win. And we suffer... Look, we suffered some losses along the way. No one can deny that. But that's part of... You got to learn to persevere in this crazy world of ours. Where's my... Ah, there he is. Whoa, that's deep. You want to get out of here, or what's up? You want to... Anything you want to do? I got you this eggplant. Or I didn't, apparently. Can't use it. Alright, how do I leave? Out of my way. Do I talk to this nerd? Yeah, I already... Grange display. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. All of the answers are about SlimeDew Valley. A country house with farm buildings attached. Okay. That's cool. How do I didn't listen to what he said. I can be your Linus Handsome Slime. Linus is my video game crush. I'm happily in a relationship in real life. Yeah. What, is it not good enough for you? Pet Linus. Pet him. I can only pet my cat. Yams are like grossly oversweet carrots. What? No. Yams are actually very good. Don't look at the other ones. I know where your underpants are. Don't look at them. If I were friends with Marnie, I would put them here. I would humiliate you, you son of a bitch. Well, you don't like how close I'm walking to you? Okay, I'm right here. Okay. Oh, I get my ship back? Thanks, nerds. Can I take Pierre's stuff? No. And I'm leaving the fair. Yeah. Aren't yams like sweet potatoes? Yeah, pretty much. They're the same thing, aren't they? Dracula. Have you ever tried putting his underpants in the Grange display? No, I've heard that can humiliate him, and I would love to do it. I would love to do that. Unfortunately, I'm not friends with Marnie, so I can't get to his underpants. You know how it is. Yoink. Thanks for the pumpkin, sucker. Let's sell some shit. No. Mm. When I played Stardew, I think I married Emily. Why would you marry Emily when Linus is perfectly willing if you install the right mods? I heard somewhere that all sweet potatoes are genetically modified and that uh, it's impossible to get a quote organic sweet potato. And I'm not like an organic food person, but uh, I just found that interesting because I think most organic food people still eat sweet potatoes, and I don't think they know. Personally, I think organic food is kind of a scam. I don't trust big food companies any more than I can throw them. I don't think that there's any difference between the products they're marketing as organic and as not organic. And I also don't think that we in the big rich countries get to waste more farm space so that our food can be even more boutique and expensive when there are starving people in the world who could eat any food. What? Why did that plant just meow? Slime Dad, please get sprinklers. You're better than this. You deserve leisure time. I don't think I can afford sprinklers yet. Do I have the recipe? The recipe? I do. I don't have iron, though. I don't think. Yeah. Unfortunately, sprinklers remain tantalizingly out of grasp. Sweet potatoes are transgenic in the wild. Could you say that in a way that, like a bad brain could understand? Were you ever a kid that was into Pokemon? Hell yeah, I was really into Pokemon Gen 1. I never really played past that. I played a little bit of Gen 2, but I don't think I beat it. But I was really into Gen 1. Like, I was the perfect age for that, but by the time Gen 2 came out, I had kind of aged out of it. To this day, I still remember the key combination to make the accent agu on a Windows computer. Alt 130. You should try Gen 3. I don't think so. Probably not gonna. I played Fire Red, and I enjoyed that. I might even pick up like Let's Go Pikachu at some point. If I can ever get a cheap copy. I don't know if I want to pay full price for a slightly less complex version of a game that I've already played a million times, but I gotta admit, when it first came out, it hit that nostalgia button for me. Uh-huh. Hmm. D&D is something I almost never had time for, but I wish it's the one thing I could do. Yeah, I'm playing D&D. Tristan Johnson of Step Back History is my DM. And it's a lot of fun. He's a very good DM. My character recently became a vampire spawn. Excited about that. Sweet potatoes have some DNA sequences that are the same as the bacteria which causes plant galls. It seems like the wild plant got crossbred somehow. So what I heard about there being no such thing as a wild sweet potato is bullshit then. That's just a lie that was made up by liars and fools. I used to play Pokemon games on the Wii. Were there Pokemon games on the Wii? Oh my god, Pierre. Why are you like this? Yeah, I love playing tabletop RPGs. I gotta say, it's something that I resisted for a long time, but like, you know, if you have a good group, it's so much fun. Think about 11:30 is when we're gonna call it quits. Doing a bit of an extra long stream tonight because I feel bad that I'm not gonna have a video up tomorrow. Like I've said, I'm trying to get them up once a week now, but this week was kind of an exception. With my back and everything, it was just not feasible. Casey, you gonna get Animal Crossing or the next full Pokemon on the Switch? I'll probably get Animal Crossing. That's one of the games I'm looking forward to on the Switch. Also, Untitled Goose Game keeps getting pushed back. Now there's a game I want to play on the Switch. Right now I'm playing a lot of Enter the Gungeon. That's kind of my latest obsession. That game is friggin' addictive, let me tell you. That's the type of game where you play and you think, okay, just one more run. This time I'm going to get it. Because it has such a good progression system. Like, you really do get better at the game the more you play in a way that is very rewarding. It's funny, I mostly play like indie games on my Switch. A lot of stuff that I probably could be playing on PC if I wanted to. I don't know what Animal Crossing, but I really want to play it on my Switch also. I have about 200 hours of Gungeon on my Switch. Wow, holy shit, it hasn't even been out that long, I thought. I mean, obviously it's been out for more than 200 hours, but I thought it was only out for a couple months. What's wrong with your back? I've had 9 spinal surgeries. I can sympathize. I have some sort of bulging disc that is up against my sciatic nerve, and it hasn't been fun. Let me tell you. Let it be known that I played Gungeon before it was cool, and no, I'm not prideful. Well, it sounds like you kind of got suckered, actually, because didn't they just come out with a bunch of DLC that makes the game, like, way better? I think Patreon has an option where it only bills people when you put up a video if that's something that bothers you. I really don't want to like change the Patreon at this point because I feel like I would lose a lot of revenue if I changed it to a different thing. But it's like the only thing I've promised on Patreon is that I would have at least 2 a month. It's just that I personally would like to get one up every week. New crafting recipe, loom. +1 hoe proficiency. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty bad on, it was Tuesday night, I think. I said earlier it was Wednesday night. I realize now that was yesterday. But on Tuesday night, it was hideous. I was just in the worst pain. Like, couldn't sit, couldn't stand. Went to the emergency room. It's amazing how like you go to the emergency room and doctors are like, "Yeah, backs hurt sometimes." It's like, "Thank you for your help in this matter." The sad thing is I did my 200 hours of Gungeon months ago, and I found out that I'm now terrible at the game after trying to get back into it for the update. I mean, I'm terrible at the game, but I'm having a great time. I still haven't successfully gotten past the 4th chamber. Uh, I think we should go mining. I want to get some geodes because we like to, around here, we like to end the stream by cracking our geodes, and we don't have that many. I'm going to crunch hard on some Baba over the next couple of weeks. Very deep game. I watched Northern Lion play it. It seemed infuriating in the sense that it's one of those games where when you watch someone play it, you feel like you know the answer, and you're sitting there watching, like screaming inside your head, going like, "Just do this, just do this. Why don't we just do this?" And then you realize that the reason they weren't doing it was because it wouldn't work, or they had already thought of it and tried it, and you didn't notice them do that. But yeah, it seems like a really fun game. I love the concept of being able to change the rules for the puzzles. I haven't played Gungeon. Is that real fun? Hell yeah. It is incredibly fun. But very hard. It feels to me very hard. I don't know. I'm not great at games. But it really rewards skillful play. So I don't get rewarded very often. Sir? You with each boss in Gungeon, if you beat them without taking damage, you get extra health. So it really incentivizes you to learn the boss's patterns. But on the plus side, or on the downside, it makes the boss fights like way too tense. Because like even if you're really good at it, you feel like you have something to lose. Hey. NL actually did suck at it for some reason. NL sucks at a lot of games, but that's part of the fun. I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. Like, I can complain about the pop play with the best of them, but I mean, dude's got like a 32 streak in Isaac right now. I don't think he's that bad. Now we're talking about like uh, battle royales. Yeah, he's pretty bad at those. My friend who loves bullet hells still struggles with Gungeon. Yeah, well, like based on what I've seen of the later levels, like I can definitely see how that would be the case. Who's NL? Northern Lion. He's a Let's Player who mostly got famous for playing The Binding of Isaac, which is my favorite game, and I've watched way too much of him playing that game. But he also plays Gungeon right now. Because Gungeon and Isaac are very similar games. Share a lot of the same DNA. I'm so sick of these Shadow Lords. Hey, leftist tech support, you got to 1K subs. Hey, Tom. Long time no see. What does this fog mean? Is it good? Is something good about to happen? Bat. There's a bat. I. It's a bat storm. Later. Later, bats. I'm on the shitter for real. I don't know. Someone said that in the chat. I haven't checked. It'd be cool if that was true. Everybody subscribe to Leftist Tech Support. We're trying to get them to over 1K subs today. Let me check. Let's see here. Yep. 1,003. Congratulations. Free coal over here. Oh, I'm so close to that sword. I want it so bad. You can't stop me. You don't have the power. Omni Geode. $1,002 on my end. Well, that's the thing, is it can change, right? It says 1,001 on 1,003 on mine. But some coward evidently unsubscribed. Probably because they couldn't handle the truth. I just want to get 2 floors down. That's not a lot to ask. I just want 2 floors down. We're getting lots of fun geodes, and I like that. And that is why we came down here. But I just want to go down to the next floor. And then the floor after that. Come back here, coward. Now I have your wings. Oh, I'm sick of you. How do... Seriously, give me a ladder. Can I build one? Nope. Oh my god, there was a ladder there the whole time. I've been looking up some leftist YouTubers, including you on the search bar, and the second item that always comes up is debunked. Well, you should watch some of those videos, because let me tell you, they put me in my place. They say a bunch of really smart, cool stuff. A lot of cool ideas, and a lot of really cool ableist slurs. We've done it. I'll take my sword now. Thank you. This is a slingshot. What is this garbage? I thought it would be a sword. It seems like leftist videos are triggering a lot of people to search for debunking videos. Yeah. I mean, when you see my beautiful logic, I mean, it's hard to think of a flaw. You have to get someone to tell you about it, you know? All right, we're approaching the end, everybody. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna process our geodes, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be all she wrote. Obviously, I'm gonna water my plants and stuff too. What is the slingshot used for ammo? Does anyone know? Is it seeds? Thought Slime is getting funded by Russians. Try again, Sweaty. I wish I was getting funded by Russians. I'm getting funded by viewers like you. Sell this soggy newspaper. Why does the YouTube algorithm tend to favor right-wing videos? Why do you think? It's because YouTube is a capitalist organization. Of course they're going to lean towards right-wing videos. Deku Nuts. I knew someone would say Deku Nuts. This isn't that game, everybody. I'd like to buy a pumpkin from you. My daughter and I want to carve a jack-o'-lantern for the upcoming Spirits Eve Festival, Caroline. This is all part of the war on Halloween. The war on Halloween that the degenerate atheists are waging. Corn and cranberries? First of all, that's an excellent lunch. Was this my lucky day? I mean, if some of your viewers are Russian, There's no way to confirm or deny whether or not any of my viewers are Russian. There's simply no scientific test that can determine whether or not someone is Russian. The technology just isn't there yet. One of the things I like to do to flatter myself is to go into my analytics and look at all of the different countries where people watch my videos, and see like all the countries, you know, that I've never met anyone from, where people are like watching me. That gives me a little thrill in my sad little life. All right, what's our geode stitch? That's way more geodes than we had before. Okay, get rid of this corn. Get rid of the crayons. And it's geode time, baby! The geodes are always such an anticlimax for these streams, because you never get anything good out of them. Why can't they give you a cool sword? I'm watching your stream from the UK. It's 4:30 a.m. here. Well, don't worry. I'm about to stop, and you can get back to sleep and dream about whatever people in the UK dream about. I assume fish and chips. Let's do this. It's a mineral of some kind. Alamite. Coal. Never goes wrong. Sandstone. Not particularly useful. More coal. No clay yet, so that's something. A yellow booger. Some iron that looks suspiciously like a nose. Now we process our omni geodes. I don't know what that is. Jasper. Like on Steven Universe. Another iron nose. Well, that's it. See what I mean? Not exactly the most exciting way to end the stream, but that's what it's going to take. Hey, thanks for coming out and watching, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Once again, there will be no video tomorrow. However, I am looking forward to next week when I'm going to try to have 2 videos up for you, one of which is going to be part of a new series that I'm very excited about, and I think you will be too. These streams are brought to you from Patreon, so if you are a patron of mine, thank you. If you are a $10 patron of mine and you were in April and haven't received a cartoon, or at some point donated and didn't receive your cartoon and want it, please email me at thoughtslimeeditor@gmail.com some reference pictures so that I know what to draw, and I will get it for you by the next video. And I hope everybody has a great time, a great little day, and you know, keep it tight out there. Keep it going. Subscribe to Leftist Tech Support, and other than that, have a great night. But I think that will also help you have a great night. But you know what I meant. Goodbye forever.